Hello everyone, here is the next topic, impulsive force. Impulsive force means a force which acts on an object for a very short period of the time. Mathematically it is expressed as impulsive force is equal to force into time, or IF is equal to F into T. IF is the symbol used to represent the impulsive force. For the time interval dt, that is for a small time interval where dt represents t2 minus t1. t1 is the initial time, t2 is the final time. Therefore, dt is the change in the time or the time interval. In this term, the impulsive force can be represented as if is equal to f dt. From this, we can conclude that force is inversely proportional to time. That is, greater the time interval, lesser will be the impact of the force. Means, if the time interval for the impact of the two bodies is very less, then the effect of the force will be very large. The SI unit of impulsive force is Newton second. Now the relation between impulsive force and momentum. According to Newton's second law, we know that force is equal to rate of change of momentum. You can write in mathematical form as F is equal to P2 minus P1 upon dt, where dt is the time interval, that is equal to T2 minus T1. And by the definition of the impulsive force, we know that IF is equal to F dt. Therefore, we can write as P2 minus P1 is equal to F dt, which is equal to impulsive force. Hence, the conclusion is impulsive force is equal to change in momentum. Hence, impulsive force can be defined as it is a measure of how much the momentum changes as a result of the force acting on an object. Now the examples of the impulsive force. The first example is a cricket player lowers his hands while catching a cricket ball. We know that the force is inversely proportional to the time. That is, if the time interval is increased, the effect of the force will decrease. The same case with the cricketer who lowers his hand while catching the ball. During the catching of a ball, when he lowers his hand, he increases the time of reaching the ball to his hands, and the effect of the force of the ball on the hands will decrease. That is, it will hurt less. Next, Chinawares and glasswares are wrapped in paper or straw pieces while packing. During the packing of the glasswares, they are packed with the straw pieces or the paper pieces, because if they fall, then the time or the impact of will take a longer time to reach the glasswares through the paper straw. As a result, the average force or the impact of the force on the chinawares or the glasswares is very small, and as the force is less, then they will be avoided from breaking. Now the next example. The vehicles like scooter, car, bus, etc. provided with shockers, because when they move over an uneven road, that is when the road is rough or some breaker comes, then impulsive forces are exerted by the road. The road exerts the impulsive force. The function of the shockers is to increase the time of impact. As the time of impact increases, then the effect of the force on the passengers who are sitting inside the car or bus or driving the scooter will be decreased. Next, bogies of the train are provided with the buffers. The same reason as told earlier in the previous case is that to increase the time of the impact or to decrease the effect of the force on the passengers. Next, a person hurts more when he falls from a certain height on a cemented floor than on a heap of the sand. The case is with the two cases, cemented floor and the heap of the sand. When a man falls over the heap of the sand, he is less injured as compared to when he falls on the cemented floor, because the total change in the momentum is produced in a smaller interval of time in the case of the cemented floor. Therefore, the cemented floor exerts a much larger force, and hence the person receives more injury. While when a person falls on a heap of sand, the same change in the momentum is produced in much longer time. That is, the time of impact is increased. Or as the time of the impact increases, the effect of the force will decreases. Now the Newton's third law of motion. What is Newton's third law of motion? According to Newton, force never occurs singly in nature. That is, force always exists in pairs because there is an interaction between the two bodies. For example, when a book is kept on the table, there are two forces act on it. Weight, which is acting downwards, and there is a reaction force which is acting upwards. Newton described the third law in the same way. To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. That is, action and reaction both are the forces acting on the two different bodies, and they act on two different bodies. This is the Newton's third law. To every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, and they act on two different bodies. Now the question is, if action and reaction are opposite, since they are reacting on the two different bodies, they will not cancel each other. The question is, if the action and reaction are opposite, then why don't they cancel each other? Because action and reaction are the two forces. They have same magnitude, that is, one is 2 Newton, other is also 2 Newton. They are opposite in direction, that is, if one is acting upwards and other is acting downwards, and since they are opposite and equal, therefore they cancel each other. But it doesn't happen because they do not cancel each other. Why they do not cancel each other? Because they act on different bodies. These are the examples of the Newton's third law. In the first picture you can see the firing of the gun. Second, while walking, when a ball rebounds on the surface of the floor or the wall, or during the swimming. Then rocket propulsion, book kept on the table. These are the examples of the Newton's third law. How the Newton's third law is in accordance with these cases we will see now. First, walking. While walking, a person presses the ground. When we walk, we press the ground in the backward direction. It is the action. And what will be the reaction? Reaction is, according to the Newton's third law, it should be equal and opposite. That is, the reaction will take place in the forward direction. And who will possess the reaction? It will be acted upon by the ground, because we are pressing the ground, we are applying force to the ground. That is the action, and reaction will be applied by the ground. Next is swimming. A swimmer pushes the water backwards. That is, it is the action. The water pushes the swimmer forward. Reaction with the same force. Hence the swimmer swim. Because means that swimmer is using the Newton's third law. That is, swimming is possible only due to the Newton's third law. When he pushes the water backwards, that is the action, and the water pushes forward to the swimmer. That is, it is the reaction. Next, firing from the gun. When the gun is fired, the bullet moves forward. That is, this is action, and the gun recoils. That is, it exerts an equal and opposite force on your shoulders. Therefore, it is said that while firing, the shoulders should be kept tight. Otherwise, it will be hurt, because the force with which the bullet comes out of the gun, the same force will be applied on the shoulders. Next, flight of jet planes and rockets. The propulsion of the rockets and the jet planes is also based on the Newton's third law. The burnt fuel, which appears in the form of the hot and highly compressed gases, escapes out in the backward direction. The smoke or the burnt particles comes out in the backward direction. That is the action, and the reaction will be in the forward direction. Therefore, the escape gases pushes the rocket or the jet plane forward direction. Next, rebonding of a